In this video, we're going to go over a basic overview of Fortis within CareHD. So to get to the patient's Fortis account, you're going to have to click on Profile. If you have not created the patient's account, their Fortis account, you would first need to do that. But I've already created a Fortis account for this patient. So all I'm going to do is click Fortis Contact, and this will open up into Fortis's website. And here you can see an overview of the patient's vault cards, so any cards that they have on file, recent transactions, split payments, reoccurring billings, and quick invoices. If you want to see the details of the payment, you can quickly see just a snapshot that this was amount, this was approved, but if I click on the payment, it will show me that it was approved. It will show me the split transactions. I can even print this receipt or email it to the patient. Also, when you're processing a payment through Fortis, say the patient's coming in to pay their copay, you can choose to print or email a receipt right then as well, but you can also do it after the fact by clicking on the transaction and clicking email or print receipt. You can also refund through Fortis. So say this patient wants a refund, you would click on Charge, use the drop-down menu and select Refund, and then process that accordingly. You can also use these tabs to navigate on a patient-specific account. Their account number should match their CareHD patient ID number. Over here on the left-hand side are reports or options for the office as a whole. So if I want to run a report and see all transactions, or anyone that's on reoccurring billings, or credit card added. These are reports within Fortis for the office as a whole. But this little screenshot is really just the overview of this specific patient. So if you want to go into the Fortis account for a patient, you would need to open up their patient profile in CareHD and then click Open Fortis Contact. Now, as we sync payments from Fortis, every once in a while, there could be a situation where the payment ran successfully in Fortis, and you can see that because it says approved, but for some reason it didn't sync into the patient's ledger. This is easily fixable. All you have to do is click Sync with Fortis. If you click Sync with Fortis, it will default to sync today's current day, so any payments made today. But if you notice that maybe the payment was a month ago or in the past, you can click on this drop-down menu and select the time frame that you want to sync. And this just forces a resync of that contact and bring over any information that could have possibly been missed. Also, if I open up the Fortis contact, there will be a chat window. When it's active in your office, there'll be a chat window right here, and that will take you directly to Fortis support. So open up Fortis Contact, and if you see the chat bubble, this is my test office, so it doesn't have it, but yours would have a circle right here. That is the chat option to speak with Fortis support directly. So if you see an issue with the payment or you have a question about split payments, you can contact their Fortis support easily within their chat widget below. When setting up reoccurring billings or adding vault cards into a patient, you want to go into their profile specifically and set it up here. If you set it up over here, there is the potential for you not to connect the patient correctly. So again, always with reoccurring billings and payments, process them within the patient profile itself. When you are running a payment, all you have to do is click on New Transaction, Payment, and it will default to Fortis. And so you can put in the amount, hit Submit, and then the prompts will take you from here. It will ask you to input the card, to swipe the card. If you have a card swiper that's approved by Fortis, you can swipe the card and it'll populate the information here. You can add a split payment. You can save the card as a vault card. And then you can also, when you click Process Transaction after it runs, it will give you that option to email or print a receipt. So running a Fortis payment is super simple. Now, we did touch on this in another video, but since it's related to Fortis, I want to point out here too, Also within Kyra HD, if you have a saved card, a vault card, or recurring billing set up in Fortis, we reflect that information here within the financial tab, and then also in the reporting recurring payments report. So you can also see this information within Kyra HD. But if you need to manage a card or recurring payment, you need to go into Fortis, the Fortis account itself, and edit the information from there as we just copy it over. When you're running your collections report for the day, so I go reporting, simple reporting. I can select my time frame that I want to run it for. In collections, you will see that it will say Fortis-Visa or Fortis-MasterCard, so you can see that was ran in Fortis and with what card type. This will also reflect on the patient's ledger itself. So again, you know it was ran in Fortis and you know what type of card it is. Any payments on a ledger will show in blue, and again, it will say payment-Fortis and then the card type. But one thing to know about a payment on ledger, you cannot void a Fortis payment within Kyra HD. You will receive an error message. If you need to refund or edit a payment some way, you do have to go into Fortis Contact, and that will launch into Fortis's website where you're making the changes within the merchant service itself. And then we can copy the information, but it will not let you void or edit a payment from Fortis within Kyra HD's ledger.